Hi friends, it's Nancy. I'm back. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend, a wonderful Easter, and I certainly did. We had a nice weekend, nice holidays. So took a little break there because had to cook and do Easter egg hunts with the grandkids and do church and etc. etc. So anyway, back. So today I am going to do we're going to do our Let's Create Collage, and we're going to do Amy's hashtag 50 Stack Challenge 6. So I realized I didn't have a number 6 up here by my... Okay, so her challenge prompts this week are number 25 old and number 26 magical. Now, I have to tell you how apropos that is for me. I was so excited, and I'll tell you why in a second. So we're going to do the prompts old and magical, and the color, we're going to do number 25 for the collage, neon. So anything, any color, it's neon. And it just happened to happen that way for me. So I'm going to tell you why. As you can see, I have some neon papers here. Now these are images and papers that have neon colors. And why I have this is because I'm going to be doing kind of like it's next week, April 30th, May 1st, and May 2nd is considered, to all us Halloween lovers, halfway to Halloween. Hence, Half-a-ween, happy Half-a-ween. It's halfway to Halloween, okay? And, people do things to celebrate that because they love things Halloween, fallish, things like that, right? And I don't know why I didn't do this before, but I'm jumping on the bandwagon with that one. It doesn't take much to ask me to do something spooky. But anyway, so I'm going to be doing I'm going to celebrate Half-a-ween next week on April 30th, May 1st, and May 2nd, those 3 days, with some projects that are not going to be gory or gross or anything like that. They're going to be fun things, spooky. You don't need a lot of supplies because maybe a lot of you don't do Halloween. Maybe a lot packed it away and you don't bring it out. I always have it available to my hands if I need it. But I'm also going to be working with a couple kits that I had found through an Etsy shop. And Anton is his name, and he has an Etsy shop with digitals, and I found him through a gal I follow, Nicole from Relax Cut Glue. And I went to his Etsy shop and saw some really fun Halloween-themed digital kits, one of them being like a neon Halloween, which I absolutely love. So I have that kit, and then I have more of a pastel, kind of blackish, peachy pink, still kind of on the spooky side though, but more of a subdued color. So I'm going to be working with those kits next week to celebrate Half-a-ween. And I hopefully will have some surprise guests joining me in the collab as well. So I can't let you know anything yet, but as soon as I know, I will be posting it on YouTube and on my Instagram account of who's going to join me in this collaboration. So if you're excited about that, spread the word. It's just going to be fun. We're going to have lots of fun, okay? So anyway, we're doing neon for the color for our Let's Create Collage colored neons, and we're using old and magical. Okay, so I want to do this a little different. I know these have images on them. What I was thinking of doing is tearing them in different size strips and inking the edges with black. Just wanted to try something different. I'm not going to show you what I have for the prompts yet. Can I just do the background and make the prompts images a surprise? Can I do that? All right, I'm going to do it. So I have these cut out, and these are full pages. I printed them 2 to a page, so just to make them smaller because I don't need a lot. So I'm just going to take them and I'm going to start tearing some strips and inking. That's what I'm going to do. So no rhyme or reason, and I might do small strips, thin strips. Let me just get a few going here. I'm just going to do a few and kind of just like lay them all over, you know, just kind of do it. Look at this guy, I love him. You know I love him, right? So I'm just going to tear some strips here. And they could be thin. I'm not measuring or anything. I'm just going to take these. I like this one because it has blue. Let's get a long one of this one in here. Let's just start with some of those. And I've got my black soot ink all juiced up here, ready to go. So I'll just start with this one here. I don't know. I just want to see how it's going to turn out. Something different, right? Yeah, so I still follow some people that do some Halloween things. I mean, there are people out there, and I'm not talking paper crafters or journalers like us, although I know there's some out there, but there are people that are so into Halloween. Like I am to a point, I am to a point, but I'm not over the top. I don't think I am, but I mean, I just enjoy, I think it's because it's the season, the fall season that I love so much. Everything about fall and the colors and everything. And, I've told you before, I've always liked Halloween since I was a child, trick-or-treating and opening the doors and handing candy out and getting the candy and having little, bobbing for apples. That was back in the day, right? You don't do that now. That would not be a thing. But you know what? I don't really do the gore part. I mean, when I was younger, like teenage thing, when Halloween came out, that I always say Michael Myers is my guy, my favorite guy. But yeah, I really haven't watched anything else. All those ones that are out there. I like more of the paranormal, like, haunted house, paranormal type things like that. But really the fun part of everything about Halloween, the fun part, I love the colors. I love creating and, just that kind of thing. So no judgment, please. All right, let's just start gluing some of these down. Am I in frame here? Let me make sure I'm in frame before I get all excited and I don't even realize you're not seeing what I'm doing here. So I'm off to the side here with my glue, and I'm going to start gluing strips every which way. Let's just see how it goes. It's either going to, I think it will be cool because you haven't seen my images yet. That's going to make this all work. Okay, could have got it a little closer to the edge. That's fine. I can always go around with black. Yep, I'm just grabbing. No thinking about it, Nance. Just grab it and go. Oop, got a little something there, piece of book page. So, yeah, and I'm still working on the wine journal. I'll be back with that for sure. We're going to finish that. I'm hoping to finish that up this week. I really am. I'm thinking I'm going to, because we have other things to do, right? Other ideas to work on and like that. And I'm going to tear another one here. Let's go with this one. Get some orange in there. So, yeah, today, well, it's finally going to be in the 70s. Easter weekend was like 50s for us and rainy, very rainy. But that rain, it came from the west, And, so I'm sure everybody in the West probably got it first. And then we got it here in the Midwest. Then it was heading east. So, yeah, it's been some rough weather for everyone, I think. But, let's see, I think I'm going to grab just a bigger piece here. Hopefully that fits, yep. But it's so good to see the green grass, and all the trees are getting their leaves, starting little buddy leaves. I saw, I've seen cardinals. I saw a blue jay the other day, which I was at the kitchen sink just washing something, looking out my window, because I have, I have a lot of birds and stuff flying around. I have a small backyard, but there's a lot of activity. We have this huge evergreen tree right outside my kitchen window. It's taller than my house. I don't know how tall it is, but it's tall. It's really big. We call it the tree of life because we see all kind of birds and animals and things going in and out of it. I just call it the tree of life. So, yeah, that's what I do. But, oh yeah, so anyway, yeah, that's how I get. So I was at the kitchen sink cleaning, something or washing something, and I saw this something big and blue pass me and land on the tree outside, not the tree of life, but another tree next to it. And it was a blue jay. And I'm like, oh, how nice. Welcome. Nice to see you. So that was kind of nice. All right. And that was fun. I love seeing all the birds now. And then maybe I know they said for the Midwest the hummingbirds are going to come. Well, they should be showing up now. I haven't seen it yet, but we have to get our feeders out. But the weather, like I said, it's been cold. So I think probably by before the end of April, we'll probably get our hummingbird feeders up and get them ready. Because we usually are lucky to have a few of those. Between the neighbors and us, we all have feeders, so it's so nice. And I love sitting at my little patio table, and if I'm out there reading or something, they'll come very close to me, like maybe 2 feet away from my face, saying hi, and I get so excited. I get so excited when I see that. Ooh, let's get this. I'm going to get this guy up in there. Did I ink it? Yeah. So, and it's, well, not yet. Another month, I'll be planting my pumpkins, and I will tell you about them. I'm going to try 3 different kind. I'm going to share my seeds with my daughters because they have the most room, but I do not. So I'm going to try. I'll talk more about that to you when it gets closer. Let's see here. I'm going to do this one here. So, hope you're all well. What have you got planned coming up now that Easter is over? I have a grandson who just turned 18. He's going to be graduating high school, so the college thing is coming, so we have a lot happening with that. And that's exciting. And summer. I still get my granddaughters for a few days a week in the summer. So that'll be fun. I'm going to put that kind of like that. I'm wondering if my image would cover this part up. I'll have to put the image on when I'm done and show you what I have to see if it works. If not, we'll we'll just put a little piece in there, but the image will cover most of this, but it's going to be perfect, I think, across here. I think I'll do that down here. Nope, I'll do that up here. I can't see without getting my head in the way, but I think I'm good. Okay, there. Wow, this is kind of fun doing it this way, I must say. I think I need a little purpley something going on up there. So I'm going to try to do that. Yeah, oh, wow. Just a little short, but you know what? I'm going to make it work. It'll work somehow. I'm going to make it work somehow here. I'll just do that. No worries. Okay. So, yeah, neon. When I thought of that, I'm like, what? You know, because we will probably have to do other colors, you know, twice. I mean, there's, you know, you can get so many different shades of the same color, right? But I was excited to, when I realized that neon would have been perfect for this. So I thought, yep, that's what we're going to do, neon. And if you don't have neon paper, look in magazines. I'm sure you could find neon things in magazines. I think I'm going to get some of that stripe up there a little bit. Let's try that. Magazines have neon colors. Yeah, I'm going to have to do some patching in here. Okay, let me do this. And then just patch the top up. Might look interesting doing it that way, but the whole point, right, is to not think about it, right? Just do it and see what, however it turns out, it turns out. Okay, did I do it this way? I don't know. No, I think I did it this way. I don't even know what I'm doing here. But I'm loving it though. Now I definitely have to do that up there. So, maybe a strip of bluish or yellow. Oh, maybe a yellow strip would be good. Let's get a little yellow. Yeah, that. I'm going to just go up to here. It's funny how I ended up with the little pieces more towards the top, but I think by adding the black ink, it's really going to make it all come together for this. Yeah, that looks good, huh? Oh, and this is halfway through this composition book. Just so you know, because we are on, you know, halfway through the prompts, and you see how nice it is? I mean, can you see it there? Here, I'll turn it this way. It lays really flat and nice. So I'm very excited to get this all in here. Okay, and let's get, I guess I could put more purple up there. I've got a couple little areas to get purple, so let's get these strips here and see if we can work with these two. Yeah, the composition book really worked out well for me. And I didn't rip any pages out to use. My whole plan was to leave the book intact for this challenge here. think I'm going to use a little piece of yellow up there. But, you know, you can. The whole point was you could cut these up and use them as tags and journal cards and that. Why not? Why not use it? That's kind of why Amy has the challenge to make all the pieces of ephemera, which I've done before. I've done that, and I have a whole box of ephemera still. But, you know, I just love collage. I love, love, love collage. So I just wanted to see if we could do it this way. You know, use the prompts and still do a collage at the same time. And so far, I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun. I think most of you have said, too, that you're doing it. And, okay. All right. I love it, how it looks. I'm very happy with that. So the prompts are old and magical. Okay, here we go. I've got old and magical right here. Oh, and we're going to have to cover those areas up with something. Old witches, and they're doing magic. I got it out of a catalog that I get usually around the holidays. And this even says stir things up, which I might have to back it with some black to make it stand out here. But yeah, I love it. Okay, so I can see I need to put something there, and I definitely need something light, because that's why I thought the neon would look so cool, but I needed to make sure it was not too much black in the neon, just to you know, make sure that the colors would make the witches pop. You know, this is all around my table now, because I'm working with these kits preparing for next week for our happy Halloween. And I can put this little piece here, I think. I'll do this. So, you know, it's things that are laying on your desk or things that you're working with inspire you to do your other idea, you know. So I like it that way. I like how that happens. If I'm making any sense. Okay, let me put that in there, and I think we're good like that. Now, if I place them just right, I could do that, or I could lower them a little, and I still need that, which I could have put there. Okay, I'm putting this back in there. I guess I could have just done the whole thing. Let me get this paper ripped off here. Okay. Okay. So, let's get that little piece on. Let me get the gals on here. There, that looks good. Does that work? Yes. Okay. I'm loving that. Love how that works. Now I need to, I know, I think my words kind of, they don't stand out unless I glue them up there. Unless I put them on, I have some black cardstock laying here. I could put a little bit of a background on them. Or, let's look at the neon. Here's, yeah, maybe I'll do it this way. Should I do it on here? A piece of this. Yeah. Well, let's see if I can ink this up. That's the only thing when you get the catalogs or magazines, you have to be so careful because the paper's so thin that, you know, it rips very easily, which I do, but I mean, it still works out. It's still okay. You could still glue it down. But I think this has to be my favorite page so far out of the book. I can't help myself. This is going to be fun. All right, so I'm going to glue this on, hopefully not rip it. And then I'm going to tear around it. I'll let's make sure I can get it off my paper here. Okay, I'm going to do it here. Okay, and then tear ruler. All right, let's get that. And then we're going to get those gals on. So obviously you don't have to do witches or anything like that. You can do a fairy. Ooh, with Amy's fairies. That would be nice. She used something from her dark fairy. That would be fun. Before I glue that down, I'm going to get these gals glued on. So that's going to take a little bit of a careful, because, you know, I think I'm going to try to be very careful here in applying glue. I haven't gotten the technique down. Oh, I already got glue on the front. I haven't got the technique down to how to, you know, how much pressure to put on these magazine images so you don't tear them, but it's so easily done. See, I just did it there because the glue is so strong. It lifts it up, but I'm going to try to do it where I just get the bottom. Oh, I did it again. You see how it is? It's so, but that's okay. I'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm going to put them here. I'm going to take my ink and hit my tear here the best I can. And then you won't see that. And here as well. Okay, that's how I do that. Just got to be really, really careful. And try to get that down. It's okay. It's all right. It'll be all right. It'll be fine. I'm not going to stress over that, even though I wish I didn't rip them. But now here, what I think I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to change over to my wet glue. Yeah, because now we're talking skinny broom. We're talking skinny broom now. Oh my gosh. This is making me nervous to do this. Okay, I'm using my wet glue. I just feel like I can, it's just so little here that I'm going to try my best here to just do that, and I think it's going to be okay. So am I in camera? I'm just trying to get glue on my image here so I don't rip it. It's kind of dark, so I'm trying to see my image. And then I have my hands are sticky, so from glue, my glue's not coming off very good here. Okay, getting towards her hat here. Okay, tip of the hat. All right, I can put her down and get the other gal up. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right. Okay. Not bad. Now let's get this little girl, this old egg, old for the prompt, old. Oh my gosh. Egg. I haven't said that word in, well, they aren't they called old hags? The witches, old hags, something like that, right? I think they earned that title, the way they look here. Okay. All right. Put her down. Okay, that's looking good. I love the neon background. And I'm going to put that up here, stir things up, or I could put it here. Ooh, I'll put it here. It looks better down there. I'm going to put it down there because that's pretty interesting up here. I don't want to cover that up. I'll just put it and break up the black that's down on the bottom here. They're coats, they're capes, whatever you want to call them. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put it right here. Stir things up, which is what they're doing. They're doing it. Okay. That looks good. Okay, I'm so happy with this one. So this was our collage number, what was it? Number 25, our collage number 25 with prompts 25 old and 26 magical. So there you have it. That's my take on that. So I hope you enjoyed that, everyone. Thanks so much for hanging around with me, and I will see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye.